All right, hi there, and welcome back to Insight Me's Pull Up a Seat with Dr. McCall Robinson. And as I continue to read the Daily Stoic, our 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. Why do I never be able to remember that? Like, I don't read it every single day. But here we are, March 4th. Awareness is freedom. And as we continue to remember, the theme for March Madness is about awareness. Epictetus brings us this quote as I read: "The person is free who lives as they wish, neither compelled nor hindered nor limited, whose choices aren't hampered, whose desires succeed, and who don't fall into what repels them. Who wishes to live in deception, tripped up, mistaken, undisciplined, complaining, in a rut? Who lives that way? No one. These are base people who don't live as they wish. And so no base person is free." Nice. So here's another way to measure ourselves, which can go into our looking the man or woman or whoever we are in the mirror and say, am I a base person? Am I living free? What am I doing? I'll continue to read. "It is sad to consider how much time many people spend in the course of a day doing things they have to do." Hallelujah. Okay? It sucks. I'm sure we're all out there spending time doing tons of things that we have to do, that we wish we could be doing something else of. Let me continue. That we have to do, not necessary obligations like work or family. However, those things can be cumbersome also, right? But the obligations we needlessly accept out of vanity or ignorance. Consider the actions we take in order to impress other people, or the lengths we go to fulfill urges or state desires we don't even question. In one of his famous letters, Seneca observes how often powerful people are slaves to their money, to their positions, to their mistresses, even, as was legal in Rome, to their slaves. "No slavery is more disgraceful," he quipped, "than one which is self-imposed." We see this slavery all the time. A codependent person who can't help but clean up after a dysfunctional friend. A boss who micromanages employees and sweats every penny. The countless causes, events, and get-togethers we're too busy to attend but agree to anyways. Take an inventory of your obligations from time to time. How many of these are self-imposed? How many of them are truly necessary? Are you as free as you think? Oh, wow. I absolutely love this day. That awareness is freedom. I often help many people with time management and focusing energy or feeling tired. And usually as I help them peel back these layers, I will do something like, "You're so busy. There's not enough time today. You're extremely exhausted. I want to know, what do you spend your time on? So let's do a timeline. Let's see from the time you wake up in the morning until the time you go to bed. I want to know every hour, on the hour, every 15 minutes, like quarter hours. What do you do?" Depending on this person, I kind of shift if it's hour or by 15 minutes, blah, blah, blah. But the idea is to see and have the person actually see how much time they're spending on things that are necessary versus things that are aimless, that they're not even realizing. So the whole idea is to get somebody outside of their head and keep and continuing to say, "Oh, I have no time, I have no time." But to really realize, what are you doing with your 12 hours that are actually in a day? Because there are not 24 hours in a day. There are 12 daylight hours, and you probably spend 8 of those hours actually working for someone else, right? So When we are really assessing the amount of time we have for ourselves, right? And that's a typical work day. Some people work 10 hours, some people work 12 hours, right? So the point is to realize when you have this free daylight hour, right? Or just looking at it this way, you actually have like 4 hours if you work a traditional 8 hour setting to, I guess, do things you love, or spend time or quality time with friends and families, etc. Right? So if you're spending time, your quality time, when you really assess how much time do I have to do what I want with it, and then you compare that to how much time you're wasting scrolling Instagram, Facebook, talking on the phone to people you don't really like, that you go, oh my gosh, they actually get on my nerves. And it's so bad that they get on your nerves that you have to call someone else to tell them about this person that you spent an hour talking to that you absolutely can't stand. And you spend another hour having this conversation also. We spend hours on the phone maybe, or in text messages or checking emails of people that we don't want to spend time with or talk to. And it's out of obligation, as this talks about. Take inventory of your obligations from time to time. What are you obligated to do? What do you have to be doing right now at this moment? I mean, you don't have to be listening to me, but you are, and I thank you very much. However, this is in that category of pouring into yourself and self-care because you're listening for a different reason, right? So let's take inventory today as you stand in the mirror and you say, am I free or am I a base person? Am I spending all of my hours and times on things that are aimless and energy-sucking vampire people? Or am I pouring into myself? Am I watering myself with foods and fruits for thought and activities that uplift me and actually make me happy and are not an energy drain from the time I think about having to engage in them to the time I actually have to do them to the amount of time I actually spend doing that? Take an inventory today. How are you spending your time? I don't know. But I hope you're spending it on doing something you really enjoy. And if you haven't been, the point is awareness. Once we are aware of a problem, or we are aware of something that is not serving us in the way that we want, the way that we desire, if it's not working, you get to change it. So let's go look that person in the mirror again today and say, what am I doing with my time? How did I spend my time all week long? How do I want to spend the rest of this week? How do I want to spend the rest of this day? Again, we compare ourselves to who? Who we were yesterday. And that gives us the best outcomes. That way we're always making sure we are in alignment with what we need, what's working for us. All right. Thank you for listening in. I will always be here for you. Continue to keep the comments coming. I truly appreciate them. And thank you for, going on this journey with me and learning and pouring into yourself. I hope these things are working as I continue to get feedback on how it is making people feel. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. This is Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson signing off with Insights Me Pull-Up Seat as I continue to read the Daily Stoic. And today was March 4th. Freedom is awareness. Let's go get some awareness.